So I agree with y'all, but I also kind of agree with him because I don't know if it's causation or real. Like, so I don't know if the reason that, because his point was that we aren't able to express a wide range of emotions. So because of that, we just use sex as a way to express it. Now, I do agree. Biology do have us horny and want to have sex all the time. That is one thing.
Oh,
But it
hell
it
yeah.
also it also could be the other thing because we don't have like just how we was playing the game. If you get too close to a man, we gonna say pause. We gonna play all these games that create a disconnect between any type of actual, you know what I'm saying, connection because it seemed too effeminate to get too close to other men, right? Though, like the games we play. And when I was talking about the cheating earlier, part of that was that I wasn't actually connected with them, so it didn't really bother me one way or the other. When I got past 25 ish, or I'm using that as a random age, but when I got past the point where I did the self work and healing, the connection was deeper, and also the desire to have sex was different. It wasn't the same type of desire. So that's the reason why I'm saying I'm not sure if it could be biology though, because that's also around the time where your body start changing. So I'm not really sure on that. I think it could go either way.
That's I finally got something to say to it. That's where he lost me, and I forgot that he said that about conflating the mommy issues and whatnot. I've come from a two loving parent household, and I still want to hump regularly. like,
Tell me
like,
what he said.
I've never seen no guy be like, man, you know what, man? I had enough love in my life, man. I'm good on the sex now. I don't need no ass. I'm good on the women. Like I've never heard a guy say
Ever,
that.
ever.
Have y'all
Um,
ever y'all dealt with men who've come from two parent households? Have a man ever told you, yeah, I can abstain from sex because I had enough love in my childhood to last
That's
me a
why
lifetime.
I'm just staying quiet because this is
I
yet
I don't
another
think that's what he's
idiot.
trying to say. I mean, maybe you
That's
interpret
saying
it a
what
little
he's
bit
at.
differently. No, okay. So I'll say this. I mean, I'm not a man. So I'm speaking from a psychologist point of view. Um, it's almost like they say that when you feel hungry, drink water first because your body don't know the difference, between uh, hunger and thirst. So they always tell you to drink something before you eat because you could just be thirsty because it's the same signal. So that's kind of what it put me in mindset of when he's like, hey, we may be interpreting, and probably women interpret it too, that we want to have sex. Like these are the signals that we given. But before you do that, it might just be we need some intimacy, and we so programmed. Yeah, there's biology, but we so programmed in this society to be, hypersexual, that this is our go-to. That's how I interpreted it. But I mean, that was just my
Let
interpretation.
me ask you a question, Erica.
Yes.
You've had several relationships, right?
Yes.
Besides sex, has a guy ever asked you to do anything for him? Rub his back, make him a sandwich, something like that, listen to his problems. He just wanted to unload on you. Pause.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
mind, not pause. Like that was him showing you that's how we communicate. We're very straight up. What That's why it's hard for him to conflate the two because we tell you what we want when we want it. So if I want you to listen to me, I want to just, hey, sit down, man. I need to talk to you for a bit. Hey, can you rub my back? Hey, can you rub my bath water real quick? Can you grab me a drink while I'm watching the game? Those are the things that we do as men to show you that that's the type of affection and stuff that we want. When we want
So
some ass, that's exactly what we're looking for.
okay. So all right. So has there ever been a time where you had sex with your woman, your girlfriend, whatever, and afterwards you still felt unfulfilled? You still felt like, man, I mean, that was cool, but something missing, or I need something more?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
because
All
that's
right.
what I wanted.
Can we
The ass is what I wanted. But I
can
can
we
tell
def-
you that there's been times where I may have asked for something like, "Hey, look, can you let me see, let me think of something. Maybe I wanted to talk, so I call a girl up and I wanted to talk to her, and she was like, "Oh, I can't talk right now." That type of thing will make me feel unfulfilled in that moment if I'm looking seeking out intimacy, or I may ask for a back massage and they don't want to do that, then yes. But if I come in and I say I want some sex and you give me some sex, I am completely fulfilled on the need that I had in that moment. I think men are more straight, we're very straightforward in the things that we desire and want. And I think a lot of times women misinterpret, and or I'll put it like this, because I see Jasmine shaking her head. You don't want to do the thing that he asked you for. That's why a lot of women say, I did everything he wanted me to do. Well, did you do this? Because he asked for that. No, I didn't do that. Well, how did you do everything he asked you for?
Thank you, Sweeney. And that's where I wanted to chime in at. A lot of you women don't see any value in yourselves other than pussy. So y'all be the ones who keep trying to give us ass whenever you think there's a problem. But guess what? In most cases, it's not ass that we need from you, just like Sweeney said. Sometimes we need you to hear us. There was a therapy show that I like watching, and a man and a woman was sitting down, and he said, they have two kids, right? And he said, I don't need sex from you, because she just gives him sex whenever he seems needy or whatever, which is okay. But he says, I don't want sex from you. I want to feel seen. You know, you running after the two boys or whatever, you running a bath water and all this stuff, you cooking for everybody. I appreciate that. But sometimes as your husband, I just feel like the furniture in the house. I don't feel like you see me. I pay the bills and I go over here and you running around after the kids and trying to give them some ass, and then you hop on me, but there's never any intimacy, or there's never any, how was your day? There's never any acknowledgement of how I feel about what's going on in the household. It's just like, and then she turns around and says, and yeah, and sometimes I feel like a robot. And he's
I said
like,
that, Mr. Nicko.
did you not hear what I said? I want you to see me in front of this therapist, and we're in therapy. You still can't even see me. And she's like, well, I feel the same way. So her wanting to give him sex because it was a chore made him feel like less than. And sometimes, because how y'all were raised, y'all mommy issues, y'all daddy issues, have y'all thinking that, oh, just give him some pussy, everything's okay. No, we're human just like y'all are.